This is Meet the Wolfpack, where we get up close and personal with members of the Wolfpack teams. And right now we're going to talk men's volleyball with Matt Krueger, who's into his 5th year from Abbotsford, British Columbia. And Matt, you have the distinction, I think, of being the first men's volleyball player from Abbotsford. And you know, how do you feel about that? Because MEI has been a strong volleyball school for years.
Right. It's been good. I think for most guys, the dream of Abbotsford is to go to Trinity. Everything's kind of close there. You play at MEI, you just end up going to Trinity. Just how it kind of works. Yeah. So for me, it was a big step for me to come out here. I've never lived by myself. I had never really been to Kamloops except for BC Summer Games, I believe. I came here for volleyball. Mm-hmm. So I was a little unsure of myself, but I'm glad I made that decision. It was a great decision on my part to come up here to Kamloops.
Why did you make the decision? Because wasn't at the time, weren't there a bunch of, you played Team BC, weren't there a number of Team BC guys coming here at the same time?
Yeah, I think that was a big part of it. At that time, it was Colin Carson, Alex Davis, and Stephen Richter, mm-hmm. and we had all kind of played club together in Team BC, as you said. So for us to come together was a big bonus to be here with guys that you'd played with, that you'd known. It's a big change coming from high school to university, so to have those guys with you was for sure a big thing.
Nice. 5 years. Does it seem like, well, 6 years for you because
yeah.
you missed a year off,
right.
because of illness.
Yep.
Does it seem like 6 years?
It's gone by super fast. It's hard to believe it's been 6 years already. It's been a great 6 years. I can't complain at all. I'm glad with everything that's happened, but it is a little sad knowing that the 6 years has come to an end.
What do you remember from year one?
Year one.
Like, how was cooking? Like, you're living away from home?
Yeah.
Like, obviously you survived.
Yeah, I went to Wendy's a lot my first year. It was super close to where I live, so right. we went to Wendy's a lot. First year, I just remember being just kind of shocked with how everything was. It was just a new life for me. It was the first time doing my laundry, making my lunches. It was just a big change not being at home.
Do you feel, and I know you're like 23, 24 years old, considered a veteran
yeah.
on this team at that age group. How have you grown into that veteran role?
It's been a little different for me since I took that year off and then coming back and having other guys around the team. If I stuck with those same guys, I think it would have been a little easier. But taking that year off and having new guys come in, and then I kind of came in randomly, they didn't know who I was. So it was a little weird there for a couple years. Mm-hmm. But then just being here for so long, you just kind of grow into that role, and it's a great role. I love to have it. I love having the younger guys looking up to you and asking for your advice. For me, it's been easy too because I coached a bunch of them the past 2 summers with Team BC, mm-hmm. and now they've come here. So we already have that relationship of knowing each other, so it's been a lot easier to talk to them than it has been in the past, sort of thing.
You bring up a good point, because the rookies, a lot of them, as you mentioned, you coached them.
Yeah.
Now, what's it like being Matt the teammate rather than Matt the coach?
It's weird. I've had a couple times where they've called me Coach Matt already, and I kind of had to remind them that, hey, I'm your teammate now. Like, I'm here for your help, but I'm not that coach's role, sort of thing. Right. But it's been good. Yeah, we have 9 rookies, I believe, this year, and mm-hmm. I've coached 7 of them in the past. So it's a lot of players that I've already known and have that relationship with, so it's been good.
Nice. Speaking of coaching, is that something that you want to continue on as when you graduate and obviously when your career as a player is over?
Yeah, for the past 2 summers I've coached with Nathan Bennett, the women and men's assistant coach, mm-hmm. and he's been a great influence in me in wanting to become a coach. And I've kind of thought of going to get my sports psych degree, so having a sports psych degree and being a volleyball coach at the same time is kind of where I'm leaning towards. I'm not quite sure of that yet, but that's kind of the direction in which I'm aiming for.
I don't know if you realize this, because I've seen you work with the young kids. You have a real knack of getting the best out of them and relating to them. Mm-hmm. Do you see that you have that gift as well?
I just love doing it. It's not one of those things that feels like a chore, like I have to. If we have the opportunity to help out the kids, I would love to do it any time of the day. It's one of those things they put a smile on my face and I have just as much fun as they do. Nice. So I don't think it's kind of one of those things where I have to force myself to be there and help teach them. It just comes out in me naturally.
Libero. Why libero? Because you played outside.
Yeah, I'm not the tallest guy out there. I don't have the biggest jump out there. So in high school, I played outside. And then Pat was like, hey, if you come here, your first shot's going to be libero to play because you're not the tallest guy ever, but we're going to work on it and see how that goes. Right. And then for the first couple of years, I just played libero all the time, and I slowly started to fall in love with it. And I've had my chance of going back to left side, but when you don't jump or hit for a couple of years, right. those things kind of just fall off.
Tell me about going to MEI this year, because you got to play outside
yeah.
at your high school. Tell me about that experience.
It was awesome. I had all my friends and family there. I had my own little section, and I told them beforehand that, hey, this is my last time I'm probably ever going to hit. It's my last time I'm going to play at MEI, sort of thing. So it was nice to see them there. Yeah, I took Stalker, our setter, a set and a half to finally get me one set. But when I got the set, I got a kill, so I was real fired up, and the crowd went crazy, and my team went crazy. So it was lots of fun.
What was it like senior high school, teachers and stuff like that? And obviously, like you mentioned, most MEI people wind up going to Trinity, but
right.
you've come here.
It's good. I always love to see them. They always love to see me. We talk about life. We talk about kind of where my journey's gone, and they always ask me for my advice and how they can help their players make decisions and what I learned coming to TRU rather than Trinity. So I'm kind of that guy that they. I'm not oddball out where they just like to get that extra information from, so it's nice to have that. What's
it like being a role model? Like obviously you have it as a coach, but here I know you're one of the first people that always jumps up when the volleyball team is asked to go to like a school or something like that.
I like it. It's when I grew up, I had all those Trinity guys come to help me out with all the volleyball things, and so without them, I don't think I'd be where I was today. So when I have that chance and the kids want to see you, they love to see you, they want your help, I just jump all over it, being like, hey, I had this opportunity when I was younger, it got me to where I am today. So maybe if I have that influence on other kids, that they can achieve their dreams that they've had.
So do you finish up this year? It sounds like you might want to take some further education somewhere else.
I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about taking a break. I don't know if I can keep going with the school. It's been the 6 years has been a lot of school, but maybe if I take a break, I won't want to go back. So I haven't quite decided on that yet. I'm just kind of worrying about my 5th year of volleyball and just trying to enjoy everything while I can.
There's something special about this team this year, isn't there?
There is, yeah. We all have that feeling of this is our we've had these guys for 3 years now, so it's our last real kick at the can with the core of everybody. And it just starts from Pat. He comes into practice every day having that special feeling. He pushes us, he makes us work hard. And I think that hard work that we put in practice is going to pay off in the games eventually.
Just before I let you go, if somebody's out there, they're a potential student athlete or a potential student, why should they pick here as a place to get your education?
TRU is a place all about community, and I think that's awesome. All the sports teams hang out together. We do lots of outdoor activities. We help out in the community. And for me, athletics, it can take you to a certain point, but that's going to come to an end. And I think I finally realized that this year. And I've realized that in the 5 or 6 years I've been here, I've not only grown as a volleyball player, but I've grown as a person and a man. And I think that's more important than just athletics. And TRU has given that to me.
Awesome. Matt Krueger joins us, the starting libero with the Wolfpack men's volleyball team.